Hello, ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, and anybody who accidentally stumbled across this on the internet. Welcome to the first ever episode of Just Some Podcast, hosted by me, Morgan Taylor. I've got two people from my university course with us today. Please go and introduce yourselves.
All right, I'm Matthew.
And I'm Darren.
So, they are my friends I made. We are studying media production. I'm not going to say which university as to not dox us, but we'll just see how this goes. This isn't part of the course, this is just for a bit of fun and my own entertainment. So, if it's alright, I'm going to ask us some icebreaker questions because obviously no one knows anything about us at all.
Who am I?
Yeah, exactly. So, these are all either I've come up with them or there was like a list of I just found on the internet, which my professor ended up finding, and now he has access to them and he asks us randomly in lectures. But let's not worry about that. That's a future problem. So, why did you guys want to come to university, or the one we're at specifically? Was there any thought process behind it, or what you want to do afterwards, or?
It just had the because I did media in college, so I wanted to do. I just wanted to find a uni that had big options for that, like multiple different options, like that are related to media, other than just a media course. I know there's like the animating stuff as well, and I was interested in that. But like I said, I did media before. I want to do it again.
It's kind of like just a broad encompasses a bit of everything. So.
And this one's fairly close. I know there were closer ones, but this one just seemed better in my opinion.
That fair play. What about you, Dan?
And yeah, for me, I've always been a fan of television. I've kind of would really like to work in TV as well. So, and here we have great facilities to do that, and I'm just excited to be here and get cracking learning what we do.
Yeah. Is there any like media format you prefer, like radio to TV or films to podcasts or like?
I mean, for me, it's definitely television. There's nothing better than just like sitting down, finding a TV show with like 20 seasons and 20 episodes a season, and just watching as much of it as you like. And that's what I want to create.
This is opened up for both of you. Is there any like shows or things that inspired you to want to go on the sort of media course journey, or?
Not any in particular. There's a lot of shows I love, but
What's your favorite show?
Cobra Kai.
Cobra Kai, yeah, that's Karate Kid sequel.
Yeah, I think it's a continuation of the Karate Kid franchise.
I do need to get around seeing it because I've heard only good things about it.
I mean, we have been given a task to.
I chose Arcane though, and I'm scared to give my opinion on it because of how religious some of the people were about it. They were like, "Oh my god, it's one of the best shows ever," and I'm like, visually, it's amazing, pacing. Kind of slow and boring. Granted, I've only seen the first season, so I could be very wrong with that opinion. Yeah, I'm already throwing out hot takes on episode 1. But what about you, Darren?
Doctor Who. Doctor Who is the greatest TV show in the universe. You know.
I mean, as I've heard, as we'll find out later. So fucking teaser for you.
Oh yes.
Is there anything what do you want to aim to do post university? What's your goal? Any particular job in mind, or skills you want to pick up, or? You're just here for the experience.
Want to be an editor? I think I'm interested in that. I'm interested in voice acting too.
Yeah, well, any editing in particular, because editing is like you've got visual,
visual, audio's not for me personally.
That's fair play. I mean, I know fuck all about audio, and yet I decide to want to learn audio on the fly. So, Dan, what do you want to do post university?
I would like Matt actually. I'd quite like to be an editor on a drama program, or eventually have my own TV show and produce and direct and write for that. I think that would be incredible.
I need to put my phone on silent.
Morgan.
Oh God, I'm so unprofessional. Damn, ruining my own recording. So, is there any what would you say is your favourite part of the course so far that we've done? Because obviously we've only had one semester and we've only just started our next 3 assessments. So, for anyone who doesn't know, what we've done is we had to film a process, which was just as vague as it sounds. I decided to do a pool video with one of our other classmates, and you both did a hot chocolate in the start of an advert sort of thing.
Yeah, that's right.
That made me wanting an actual hot chocolate afterwards. We had to write a script. Which then, after being looked at and marked, they got picked, and we're now actually recreating them this semester. mine and Darren's were one of the 9 to actually get chosen, and you've got 2 adaptations of yours in the works, and I've got one of mine, which is fucking mental.
That's pretty awesome.
And then what was we also had to do a pitch deck.
Yep.
Like, because all 3 of ours were different. Do you want to just explain?
Yes.
What your one was?
So we had different TV shows and podcasts or YouTube channels and stuff to pick from and to make a pitch. So
it's like two ideas for each. Yeah.
And the pitch that I chose was for a fictional TV show called The Anti-Chefs, where we basically are putting loads of children in a kitchen with a professional chef and cooking up chaos in the kitchen in terms of random luxury 5-star meals, and like a competition, kind of like MasterChef, kind of like Junior Bake Off. See what happens.
I mean, the original pitch at the induction week was to get Gordon Ramsay on it, but I don't think we exactly have the budget to.
Yeah, in my pitch, I kind of just left like silhouettes of who could be the celebrity chef, but obviously we don't have budgets.
Who's the angriest cook you know? I don't
genuinely
count.
No one.
I don't count.
No. I don't actually know.
And Matt, because I know we both got the same prompt, but we both went different directions with it.
Yeah, we did. We have very different ideas for it. Mine was quite simple, just like a group of people. Like 5 people just trying to survive the fire and the zombies. The zombies went to infect the humans because they need more people on their side because a lot of them are dying from the fire. It's like because the whole thing was called London is Burning, and
they left it as generic as possible.
Yeah. It's set in Victorian London, and it's a zombie horror film. It seems kind of clear there. As far as it would go like they cheat the team of humans keep going place to place. Eventually, like they keep getting affected by the zombies till 1 zombie and 1 human are left.
Because I took the same prompt. I know our other 2 mates also took the same prompt as well.
Yeah. But once again, different
like
ideas.
we all went very different directions with it. Like I decided to do like a corporate cover up of the Great Fire of London, and that's when I realised that it's not actually set in the Victorian time.
Yeah, like
which was part of the original thing.
We were being suggested that idea over and over again, and I just I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, but the thing is, they said like the Victorian time as the part of the original pitch, and I was like, you've got the Great Fire of London right there. Why don't you say there's a fire in London in old times, but you don't pick the Great Fire of London? So I was like, I'm doing a fucking corporate cover up of it because I think that would be a really interesting spin on it, and that's how I came up with like what was it, 1600s flamethrowers and like.
That's a cool idea.
I went, what would be it? Because like I've been over the past year I've been watching a lot of a YouTube channel called Dead Meat, where they watch they take horror films and they break them down, how they're made, how many kills there are per film and stuff like that. And it really interested me to know like the backstories of the film, how they got made, different characters, how they're portrayed. And I was like, what if and one thing he does is like the golden chainsaw for the coolest kill every video. And I'm like, alright, bet. I want to make the coolest fucking kill that's ever been in a zombie film. So, fucking awesome. 1600 flamethrower. But anyway, back to now we've explained everything we've done so far. What's been your favourite task we've done?
Oh god, that's like just assignment tasks?
Well, we'll include the vampire film, which was basically, long story short, induction week, the 2nd and 3rd years had 48 hours to make a vampire short film, and then we watched them and adapted them, but instead we had 2 weeks to make them. So yeah, that's it. That's the gist of it.
That's cool. Yeah, I did enjoy the vampire film. What did we call it in? Paid Back in Blood.
Paid Back in Blood. Yeah,
that was good fun to edit as well.
And you can find that on the YouTube channel. Plug. No, it was good fun. Although I had to the amount of weird angles I had to lie on the floor for.
You were just laying there with the camera.
Dedicated.
Dedication.
Like, think about this next one where we're adapting the scripts. I'm the camera operator. If I need to, I will lie on the floor again if I need to.
I mean, yeah.
Matt, what was your favourite?
I think the visual production one about making the hot chocolate was like I don't know. It's just I'm like I said before. I'm more interested in editing, so I like doing that the most. It's just script writing, not for me personally. I'm alright reading scripts. I'm interested in that stuff. And
No, yeah.
but yeah, I am just more interested in the editing side. I'm even with pre-production. Like I just preferred working in groups. Like I just don't like working on my own.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of ties into the next thing I was about to ask, basically saying what's your favourite role of production at this moment in time? Because obviously it might change later down the line as we gain more skills, because I know I still don't know much about sound and editing, so at the moment editing's it's not for me. I'm not, anyone who's able to, is mainly just because I find it hard and I'm a weak-minded soul.
It would be editing for me personally. Not like, if it was pre-production, I guess character profiles. I like that. Like I didn't mind doing that. Like the templates we were given, it is quite a lot of details. Which is fair enough, I suppose. You want to like know as much as you can about the character, but it was a lot.
I mean, in retrospect, that is one of the things I didn't think about going that in depth in, because I didn't think characters were important to my script, and now it's like, oh yeah, probably should have explained the main character and everything about him, because like no one knows anything about him, and I feel bad for the people who now have to adapt my script.
I guess having the character profiles give the people developing the script something to go on, like to base their characters. And
it makes their lives easier.
Did we mention that we're adapted? Oh yeah, you did. Didn't you?
Yeah. But anyway, Darren, what's your favourite role?
I really love the script writing and but I also like editing as well. I guess I haven't done enough of all the other stuff to be able to say what's my favourite.
Like I said, it's like at the moment.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But I really liked writing the script and editing, especially the hot chocolate as well. That was good fun. I can't wait to see yours, Matt, as well. I'm really looking forward to that.
You're seeing mine totally. No, yeah, you are.
Like, we didn't have to edit them separately, but it's really funny because there's our little group of friends of 6 of us just were like, you know what, we're just gonna make separate for various reasons that don't need to go into. We all just decided to make our own edits of it, which we didn't need to do, and apparently they are going to get shown at some point, and I can't wait to see
in the cinema, maybe.
I mean that is what Viv told us about Viv being one of our professors, and it's really I'm more interested to see like the rest of it. It's why I can't wait to work with the rest of the course, because like at this point in time I've kind of been stuck in the bubble of the 6 of us.
We have no idea what the other people in our class have made.
No idea what their skills are like.
Apart from Lewis and Jack.
I mean, like outside of our group.
That's
as
what
well.
I was saying. The 6, like Lewis, Jack, and Kai being the other 3 members of the 6.
The 6.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I just want to talk. You want to just see how other people work and that sort of thing, because I've kind of got to know you guys. I'd say fairly well. You probably know more about me because of my rants. Sorry if there was a bit of a jump there. We had a bit of technical issues. It's my first time using all this kit, so if the first episodes ends up being choppy and weird, that explains it. Plus, this is my first time actually interviewing people and doing this sort of thing, even though I asked you guys what you want to do afterwards. I forgot to mention that I want to go into like radio and podcasting, so this is kind of like a trial run for me. And it's why I want to put it on my YouTube channel, which is basically my portfolio at this point, to go, look, here's stuff I've been involved in. I've done, please hire me. I do good stuff, please.
This is the starting point of Morgan, his podcast career.
I mean, I hope so. Like, I mean, who knows? Anyway, so to finish out the icebreakers, I've got a list of, I don't know how many, but they're going to be rapid fire, so I don't want you to think. I just want to say you to say the first thing that comes to your mind to each of them. Okay. So, what's your favourite piece of kit we've got access to?
The lights.
Yeah, I'm probably the lights as well. I don't actually know. I like the microphones as well though.
Yeah. All right. What is the worst food you've ever eaten?
Garlic. I know it's probably a hot take there.
Brussels sprouts, maybe.
What's your go-to karaoke anthem?
Avril Lavigne, Skater Boy. That was what I sung to. Or Aperture. the other couple of weeks ago.
What,
I don't remember.
what's
either
supposed to
of them.
classify as like a karaoke anthem?
What's your go? So you're going on karaoke.
Oh,
What's the first thing you sing?
Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Fair play, fair play. Favorite teacher of all time, not just in uni.
I have to give a shout out to my year 10 and 11 tutor because we had Jake's Cakes on Fridays. Shout out if you remember that.
My history teacher in secondary school, he was a very nice guy.
For me, 100% my drama teacher. Even though my mum taught me, sorry mum, it's got to be my drama teacher. She's legendary.
Oh.
What veg is best with cheese?
Broccoli.
Yeah, broccoli or cauliflower, I guess, 'cause that's kind of like a traditional dish.
I mean, if you've ever had mac and cheese and you're looking to put some veg in it, I can recommend like sweet corn. Works so well in mac and cheese. I don't know if that's like a hot take or anything. I've never really. I mean, everyone just loves mac and cheese as it is, but like my mum used to put like peas and sweet corn inside. I don't think peas works quite as well, but sweet corn though, like because it's a bit sweet. I don't know what it is. It just kind of works. I like my food if you couldn't guess. But all right, that's enough about us. So as mentioned earlier, Darren is a massive fan of Doctor Who.
Am I? Oh.
So
Okay.
He once said on the course that he reckons he could name every episode. Was it from the like 9th Doctor in a row? Obviously, I'm assuming that's massive exaggeration, and I'm not going to get you to do that.
I have a list on my phone that every so often I write it out to test my memory.
So basically, it reminded me of people who just try and remember all 50 states.
Oh God, yeah.
A little bit, but obviously more extreme because there's so many Doctor Who episodes. But anyway, I took inspiration from another podcast called The Underdogs Podcast. The Underdogs are a group of YouTubers from Australia that primarily play video games made by Nintendo. However, they do have their own podcast, and one of their segments was called Kanye Determine the Lyric, where one of the hosts brought 3 quotes per round. And would task the others to try and guess which one was the fake Kanye West song lyric. So in my case, I'm doing the same thing, but Doctor Who, because and I will also have a Taskmaster version for Matt, so he doesn't feel left out. But we're starting with Doctor Who because this one was much more painful to find. Though I doubt he's watching or knows I exist, but just a shout out to Type 40 Productions, who has a compilation for every Doctor bar the 14th of their iconic moments, which I ended up using and taking sound clips from, so I have my receipts for all the quotes that are real. So you can't call me a liar today.
Nope.
So how it's going to work is we're going to go 3 Doctors at a time, and but they're not necessarily in the same order.
Okay.
So it might be 1, 2, 3, 1, 3, 2.
Sure.
No one knows.
Okay.
And you've got to just tell me which is the fake Doctor Who quote, and then I'll tell you which Doctors were involved and were real.
Okay, right.
It sounds more complicated than it is. Basically, tell me which is the fake Doctor Who quote. So for the first 3 Doctors, we've got Great Jumping Gobstoppers, what's that? We've got a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points, and that's why it's so boring.
Okay.
Or one day I shall come back. Yes, I shall come back.
All right, so
Are you sure the first one's not Willy Wonka?
I mean,
or Grandpa Joe?
Let's go through my thought process here. So one day I shall come back. That's iconic First Doctor. His last moments.
Yeah, that was the one I was kind of.
Yeah.
After I wrote it out, and I was like, shit, that's too obvious, but I'm gonna commit to it. I've already got the sound file.
That's when he says goodbye to Susan, his granddaughter. So I know that one.
All those characters.
Yeah, of course you do. And Great Jumping Gobstoppers. What was that?
Yeah. So the other 2, you've got Great Jumping Gobstoppers. What's that? Or a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points, and that's why it's so boring.
A straight line. That one sounds like it's gonna be Doctor Who, but then again, the Gobstopper one. I can't imagine Gobstopper's a thing back in the 60s, maybe.
I don't know. I'm not from the 60s.
Oh.
I mean, the Willy Wonka movie came out in the 1970s. I don't know when the book came out.
I'm going to say that. So, One Day I Shall Come Back and the Straight Line one are real quotes. That's my instinct.
I have managed to trick you.
Oh, no.
So, First Doctor, you got the First Doctor nail on the head. One day I shall come back, and here's proof of that.
I shall come back.
Ooh.
Yes, I shall come back. Until then, there must be no regrets.
There we are.
I like that.
Cool.
Yeah. But however, the second Doctor has indeed said, "Great jumping gobstopper."
No. Really?
It's like
Yeah. Here's like I said, you can't call me a cheat. Here we are.
No.
Great jumping gobstoppers, what?
It was in
Why
fact.
does that sound like it would come from the Willy Wonka movie?
It was in fact the third Doctor who said a similar line that I had changed. He said, "A straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points." That is a real part of it. It was and that's why he was like, and that's what makes it so interesting. And then goes on a massive long rant, and I was like, I'm gonna shorten this rant, and I'm gonna change the ending and see if that.
Yeah.
And it
Damn.
worked.
You
I
can
mean,
tell that I don't watch much classic Doctor
Yeah.
Who, but I really need to.
you could argue it's a bit cheap for me to take a real quote and change it, and I can tell you now that's the only one I've done that with.
Alright.
Every other one is completely original.
Cool.
I just really struggled with the early Doctors.
It's 1-0 to Morgan.
Hell yeah. So the next round is obviously 4, 5, 6, but not in that order. So we've got, small though it is, the human brain can be quite effective.
Okay.
Cricket isn't just a game, Tegan, it's a philosophy. And there's no point growing up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Alright. So, okay, yeah, I think I got it. Cricket, the Fifth Doctor was obsessed with cricket. That was a very Fifth Doctor thing. And can you say the third one again?
There's no point growing up if you can't be childish sometimes.
I'm pretty sure that's a Tom Baker quote.
So,
And
you
what was the first one?
small though it is, the human brain can be quite effective.
I can't say 4, 5, 6. Could the Sixth Doctor have said that? Maybe. I'm gonna say that first one is the fake one.
So what, the small though it is?
Yeah.
I've tricked you twice.
No,
So-
what?
So the fourth Doctor was there's no point growing up if you
Yeah.
can't be childish sometimes.
Yeah.
So here we are.
Point in being grown up if you can't be childish sometimes.
Yeah.
And then the fifth Doctor didn't say cricket is just a game, Tegan. It's
No.
a philosophy. I did my research.
Oh, okay. I help.
It was in fact the sixth Doctor that I found out was quite sassy to his companion, and there was a lot of insults thrown between them, and this was one of them.
Small though it is, the human brain can be quite effective when used properly.
I don't know what went wrong. Some of the audio clips
that
are
was
so
quiet.
quiet. But you were able to hear it. Like
Yeah.
So
Wow.
2 for 2. I'm really
Okay. Oh no.
Obviously,
Well
I know.
done.
I know.
Together.
Obviously, this is
Help.
going to get easier for you as you go along because
Yeah.
you said you're more confident with the later ones.
Yeah.
So
I think 7, 8, 9. I'll probably get.
Yeah, I just got to put them in. The
Then again, I
slot.
haven't seen the TV movie, so sorry, Paul McGann fans. I will watch it at some point.
I can't
maybe
remember what.
soon.
Where did I put War? Oh yeah, it was 7, 8 War.
Oh, okay, interesting. Wait, are you gonna pull War Doctor quotes from the Big Finish audio adventures? Because I have not listened to any of them.
Look, mate. There was just a compilation. I pulled from the compilation. Fuck knows where I got it from. All right. If you want to blame anyone, blame Type 40 Productions. He created the fucking quotes. So this is 7, 8, and War.
Okay.
So you've got time heals all wounds, but also gives them occasional pokes to keep things interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Fancy a quick trip around the 12 galaxies, then back to Pennyville in time for tea.
Yes.
Or, for God's sake, Gallifrey stands.
All right, perfect. I know this one. So that second one, the Time for Tea one, is the Seventh Doctor's last line in Survival. I'm pretty sure. And for God's sake, Gallifrey stands is what the War Doctor says as the three Doctors save Gallifrey in the 50th anniversary.
You fucking smashed it.
I'm pretty sure that first one,
so,
whatever it was.
It was time heals all wounds. The eighth one was the one I did the least research on. I
fair.
can't lie. I don't remember the reasoning why I did this all. I couldn't sleep one night, and I was like, I'm gonna do it now instead of during the day. So for the seventh Doctor quote, here we are.
Do you fancy a quick trip round the 12 galaxies and then back to Perivale in time for tea?
Maybe it's not- maybe
There's
it's
someone
not.
who he reminds me of, and I don't know who it is. When I was listening, every time I listen to that, it's always like, gotta go around the galaxies and back in time for tea, and it's like I don't know, but anyway,
Maybe that's not his last line from Survival.
I don't
maybe
know
not.
where it is, but
Yeah,
there you are.
cool.
And then the War Doctor.
Yeah. I am the Doctor playing in the background.
Yeah, he was the one of the hardest two for me to find clips for.
He was only in one episode basically on TV.
Yeah, the other one, like you heard, I was telling you last night, I was really struggled with the 13th Doctor because I wanted to go for the later Doctors. I wanted to find more meme lines effectively.
Okay. Yeah.
Because then it's funnier and it would fit better with Taskmaster, and her lines are basically serious action hero compared to the other Doctors. She hasn't got basically a quirky vibe from what I.
Really?
But this was just from
She's
the compilation.
Very quirky. Yeah.
So
She's very quirky.
I don't know if that misrepresents.
She's got some
her
really,
or not.
really random lines, like something about building a human out of a can of spam and stuff like that. You know, there's some good
I
stuff.
wanted the spam line.
Yeah.
Why could I have that one? Right. So we've now got 9, 10, and 11.
Ooh, here we go.
So, you want weapons? We are in a library. Books are the best weapons in the world.
Okay.
There is nothing a fez, a jammy dodger, and a smile can't fix except for Daleks. And you could stay here, fill your life with work and food and sleep, or you can go anywhere.
Anywhere. So you can stay here, fill your life with work and food, or you can go anywhere. Pretty sure that is Rose in Eccleston's first episode. And the books one, that is Forest of the Dead or Silence of the Library, something like that. One of those two episodes. And the Fez thing, you're trying to be the 11th Doctor, I think.
I am trying to be the 11th Doctor. Again, yeah, so 9th, here we are.
Stay here, fill your life with work and food and sleep, or you could go anywhere.
Iconic.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, like the 10th was, to be fair, the 10th and 11th were the two hardest ones, and I thought, if I tried to be one of them and tried to be, but basically this was the hardest one because you got arguably the two most iconic Doctors in all of the franchise. But anyway, here's the 10th Doctor.
You want weapons? We're in a library. Books. Best weapons in the world.
It was so tempting just to cut it off as books.
Books.
Just like, you're in a library. Books. I just think that would have been hilarious. And then for the final round, for 12, 13, and 14, and then we move on to Taskmaster.
Yes.
So for 12, 13, 14, you got Exhibit A, the taxi. In your time, humanity is busy arguing over washing up while the house burns around.
Okay.
Or don't be lasagna.
Awesome. All right. Don't be lasagna. That's 12th Doctor. That's got to be Into the Dalek when they like miniaturize, and the Doctor says like, "Don't hold your breath" or something because you'll turn into lasagna, or like it's like popping the microwave lasagna with a knife or something. I don't remember. And the house burning down, that is Orphan 55, Series 12, Episode 3, with Jodie Whittaker, the best Doctor. Sorry, she is. You know, deal with it. And then the first one, that's got to be a fake quote, I think.
I mean, you're kind of right, but kind of wrong. For the final round, I thought it'd be funny. They're all real.
What was that? What was the first one?
So the first one, Exhibit A, the taxi. He puts on a wig, pretends to be a judge, and he's like, "Court's now in session."
Oh my god!
And he goes, "Exhibit
in the
A,
Star Beast.
a taxi." And I thought it was funny because that's all he says. Literally, if he said more, I would have included more because it's unfair if I just cut it off there and go, yeah. But he literally says, "Exhibit A, the taxi." Then it
got me
switches over
there.
to who the companion.
Like
I thought I heard Morgan say at the start, "There's no more trick questions."
That's like the.
No, I said no.
Yeah.
What I said was I didn't take a real quote and change it to be fake. I didn't say there wasn't going to be any rounds where they're all real. I just thought it'd be funny.
I think the Star Beast is one of like the only Doctor Who things I've actually seen.
Oh really?
But I didn't get that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for the receipts,
Got it.
Don't be lasagna.
That was loud.
I'm having that on a soundboard. That's one of
Don't
the.
be
That's one of
lasagna.
the. Like he's like in a hospital talking to his companion, and he's like, you know when you don't pop it over the film, and he's like, yeah, it explodes. And he's like, don't be lasagna. I'm like, it was either that one or here is my carer.
Oh, yeah.
She cares
So
for
I
me.
don't have to. Yeah.
So I don't have to, which I thought was really, really funny. And then you got the 13th.
In your time, humanity's busy arguing over the washing up while the house burns down.
I just thought that would be cool. And then
Now, Exhibit A, the taxi.
I should have got that one. It's like really recent as well.
no, yeah. So
I was too busy thinking about like the 12th Doctor
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and not.
I want, because basically by having the final round be that sort of like trick round of they're all real, it was kind of like, which one would you think is most fake?
Yeah.
And that was just
That was the one I thought was most fake.
I mean, yeah.
What
so,
I'd really like is if you did this sometime with like really obscure lines, just like random.
yeah, I mean,
background lines.
if I were to start to watch the show myself, I would do that. And I think at some point I do want to. I'm not going to start all the way from the start. I'm sorry, diehard Doctor Who fans listening. I'm going to start at the 9th Doctor because that's when the reboot happened in 2005, year of my birth. No correlation at all. So we can for the next bit we can either break it up with Bacon or Rain, or we can go to Taskmaster Quote Edition. What would you rather do?
Hang on, what's the
Bacon or Rain. So we'll do that as an in between because it's quite a short one.
All right, yeah.
So basically, they the other day, whilst starting our audio production part of our course, I mentioned to Darren that quite a lot of Rain in cinema is just people frying bacon. You didn't know this, and I was like, all right. I tried to look up a clip of someone showing this concept, but instead the first thing that came up was a YouTube video. Can't remember who it was made by. I regret not writing it down, but it was literally Bacon versus Rain. That was the name of the title, and it's four audio clips, and you just got to tell me which one's a Bacon, which one's a Rain. Now I know, and I want to hear both your answers, and you can even discuss together.
Okay.
So yeah, all of these are either Bacon or Rain. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first one. What are we saying?
Ooh.
I know it's short. A lot of these are short.
Can you play it again, please?
I want
Yeah?
really heavy rain.
It sounds too high pitched for me. I think it sounds more like bacon.
All right, I'm gonna stay with rain, but he's going.
I'm
with
going
bacon.
with
So we're going one Bacon, one Rain. For round one, Matt's saying Rain,
Yeah.
and for round one, Darren's saying Bacon.
Yes.
Okay. So round two.
Oh no, that sounds like bacon.
Sounds like hail more than like more than rain or bacon. I'm saying bacon for that one.
I'm saying snow. No, I'm gonna go bacon again for that one.
So we've got two Bacons. Okay. Round
That's
three.
rain.
Maybe
Jesus
I'm just
Christ.
hungry.
Was that Bacon or Rain?
I'm gonna have to go rain because there's no way it's gonna be like 3 bacons in a row.
Say go for rain.
So both Rain. Okay.
Okay.
And then final round. There we are.
My first instinct is bacon, but I don't know.
Oh,
If it-
this is too tricky. They all sound
See,
so
this
similar.
is the next sport that's going to be sweeping around the nation. Next, like, if I ever create my own Taskmaster, I'm having Bacon or Rain.
Yeah.
It's why I'm gutted that there was no raining in the
I'm-
task we've been set to be Foley artists, so I
Oh,
can just
yeah.
fry bacon.
I'm going with rain.
All right, Matt's going Rain.
I will go bacon this time.
Bacon. So, joke's on you, they're all Bacon.
Hey.
So,
Jesus.
quite literally, the video clip, I didn't make this, so you can't even blame me for this. I literally used the audio clips from the YouTube video, and quite literally, at the end, it's like, joke's on you, they're all Bacon.
Wow.
So, for the video, how it worked is they literally showed a clip of a rainforest, played all these audio clips, then at the end, they were like, lol, Bacon.
That's pretty neat, actually.
So, yeah, if you ever want rain sound effects, Bacon. But
any type of bacon, you just fry it. Just
I don't know. They didn't specify which.
smoked bacon.
All
not
I'm gonna
smoked-
say is probably
yeah,
not
yeah, Darren, it
vegan.
can't be-
Probably not
can't be.
vegan bacon
Oh, yeah.
because it doesn't have the same fat content in it.
It can't be
I think.
can't be three bacons in a row. You say it yourself. It's
Yeah,
4
I know.
bacons in a row.
Four.
When you said that, I was like, oh, he's gonna hate me.
No.
But I have a defense this time round. I didn't make it. Alright, so now, Matt, me and you, since we started, have been massive nerds about Taskmaster.
It's literally all they
Very,
do.
very long conversation.
Like that and Deadpool and Wolverine. However, as one's one film, one's 19 seasons of a TV show, I thought one was a bit more fair comparison to put against.
The 19th one comes out this year, I think.
Yes,
yeah.
it does. I know. I can never remember the actual people's names, but I know two of them. There's a guy from Horrible Histories and Adrian Pimento from Brooklyn Nine-Nine. That's
I know one of them voiced Scarecrow in Lego Batman. I don't know how I know that, and one of them plays Fickle Gruber in Wonka.
Yeah.
And one of them is married to Chris Ramsey. So
I can't wait. But to make sure we finish the segment before completely derailing into Taskmaster nerd talk. Same concept. I've got 3 quotes. This time there's no season specifics because they're all over the place. Some seasons have more quotes than others. I tried looking up a Taskmaster book of quotes for every time he said, I'm adding that to the book of quotes. Sadly, no such thing exists. I mean, that's like genius marketing campaign. Just have like a genuine Taskmaster book of quotes. I mean, come on. I'd pay for that. I'd pay 20 quid for that. Actually, no, that's a lie. I don't know how much I'd pay for it. But okay, so as a bit of a bonus, you can also tell me which contestant said it on what season, but that's not necessary.
So 2 are true and 1's false. So you said
yes.
Yeah.
1's fake. 1 I've made up. So
Okay.
for round 1, we've got, if you open a car door, it's not technically a car. Or second quote, bastard's got depression. Third quote, tall motherfucker with the ivory hair.
Okay, the second one is fake. The one about I think the first one is by Phil Wang in Series 7, and the third one is by Asim Chowdhury in Series 6.
Yeah, do you remember which task they were?
In Series 6 for Asim Chowdhury, they had to like show the Taskmaster how much
they
how much they loved them, and the other one they had to build a box of they had to build a box tower, and Phil Wang just created one open box and claimed that it wasn't a complete box.
It wasn't a complete, Darren doesn't know the content,
No, I
literally.
don't.
So basically, the comedian quite literally, they had to make, they were in the woods, they had to make a tower out of cardboard boxes.
Okay.
But as soon as you build the first box,
Your
your
time
time diminishes.
Oh.
So you
Yeah,
have
with 5
20
minutes
minutes in total.
I thought it was
but
5. Yeah,
first
yeah.
box, 5 minutes, sort of thing. So he was like, no, I've still got 20 minutes because it's not a box because it's still open. And then they have this stupid debate. So for the Asim Chowdhury quote,
Tall motherfucker with the ivory hair.
Yeah, he did a song. It was a really good song.
it was some of the songs in Taskmaster fucking slap. And then for the car door,
If you open a car door, it's not technically a car.
you can see he's kind of like he screws himself
logic.
over with the analogy. It's
The
really funny
logic.
because the Taskmaster's response is quite literally, "You fucked yourself with the car analogy, mate."
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, fucking bang on. Like I said, this one was a lot harder because it's hard to find obscure but memorable Taskmaster lines because I could have just gone with someone just saying something and it was just like, oh, that's not fun. I've got to go with stupid lines. And Bastard's Got Depression was inspired by season 3. I can't think of what his name is. No, it's not Asim.
Paul Chowdhury.
Paul Chowdhury. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was god awful, but he was iconic for constantly saying bastard. And there was even one task where he got told to build a snowman. He literally put a stuffed rabbit on a desk, put ice around it, and was like, oh, your snowman's melting. He's like, bastard's crying, innit?
Yeah.
So hence the bastard's got depression. Anyway, I think my favourite one is this next round. So we've got.
Right.
It stands for friendship. It stands for friendship is truth. Truth is friendship. Do we strike you, or you've got no chutzpah?
The first one isn't exactly right, I don't think. Hang on, what? Say the second one again.
The second one, do we strike you?
Okay, that one's by Bob Mortimer in Series 5, and the last one, You've Got No Chutzpah, is by Mike Wozniak in Series 11.
Yeah. So
The
first one is fake. Yeah.
the first one is
It's a combination of two people. It was one person saying
Lolly had a phobia.
yeah, and then the other one saying it stands for bicycle, my bicycle, or something like that. It was the guy who plays Simon from The Inbetweeners.
Oh, Joe Thomas.
Joe
right.
Thomas, yeah. Which it's like he was much funnier on Taskmaster than Inbetweeners. Fight me. I don't think Inbetweeners is funny. I'll fight everyone on that one. But anyway, for my favourite, this was the sound clip I was talking so much about yesterday. It's so funny.
You've got no chutzpah.
I need that on a soundboard. I love it. Just you got no chutzpah.
He was told to
He was undermining
undermine the
the
vole. You've got the
And then another really funny one out of context.
Do we strike you?
He walks into a room, sees a person, he's just like, "Do we strike you?
Do we strike? Okay, and now for the final rounds, because
Do this
like I
again
said,
sometime,
this
I
was a
love
lot
this.
harder. Yeah, I mean, I'm fine to do this more. I'm fine for me to get quizzed as well. I mean, it doesn't have to me quizzing everyone else, please. Anyway, so we couldn't put an action score on it. I made a mistake. I was looking for my auntie's hands. You're a man who likes women.
The last one is fake. The first one, say it again.
The first one, we couldn't put an action score on it.
That was by Greg. He commented on David Baddiel and Joe Brown's team task where they were trying to complete an adventure. The second one is, sorry, say it again.
I made a mistake. I was looking for my auntie's hands.
That was by Dara O'Brien in series 14. Like when John Kearns were like they had to find their hand, and John was like he's just like, I'm actually looking for my dad's hand or something
and
like that.
Yeah,
I've seen a clip of that. On
yeah, because he was John. I mean, I'm gonna say it now. I've done the same thing I did with Darren. They're all real. So you're a man who likes women was Paul Chowdhury again. When he gets the box of Twister, and he's like, "You're a man who likes women," and he's like, "Don't say it like that. You make us. I like men. I like women." And he's like, "Yeah, but mainly women, yeah, innit?" And he's like, "Don't say it like that." And he's like, "What do you think he's got you? A severed hand?" Great clip. Look it up. It's funny.
I haven't watched a lot of series 3, so
yeah. So yeah, you're bang on. Basically, John goes. It's a task where they have like hundreds of hands in a garage, and they have to find a picture of the back of their hand.
Yeah.
And John goes, "Oh, I'm looking for me dad's hands," basically referencing some opera singer who was like out playing the piano and looked down and he saw his dad's hands. Everyone knowing that's just such a stupid logic.
Okay.
And then Dara, being how he is in season 14, just claps back because he does equally as shit in the task, and he's like, "Oh, I made a mistake. I was looking as you'll hear in a minute." And then the no action score is they had a group task there to go around the house doing stuff. And it was a team task, and one team literally sat down and ate a sandwich, and it was timed. They had they had to do it quickly, and they literally just sat down and just ate a sandwich.
Yeah, chatting about the good old days, as Greg
said. About the good old days.
Yeah,
and
you didn't say kick back and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, yeah. And after seeing it afterwards, they do put a bit of like a fuddy duddy over it, like bomb. Blah, 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 blah.
Okay.
And one of the people in the team was like getting annoyed. He was like, "What the hell? Why'd you do that?" And then Greg claps back with this exact clip.
I couldn't put an action score on it.
And then you've got the auntie's hands.
See, I made a mistake. I was looking for my auntie's hands.
And then...
Well, you're a man that likes women.
Yeah, I don't remember that one, so
I'm keeping some of these clips.
That's the only one I got wrong last
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... Like I say, Taskmaster was a lot... Like, I knew you didn't know the earlier Doctors, so... The fact I won the first 2 rounds was probably due to you just not know.
Yeah,
but then when you said, like, the 5th Doctor likes his cricket, I was
Yeah,
popping off.
that was a good job, Morgan.
It's funny because before we did this, I said to you that I didn't know much about Series 17. I can't believe you did not have any Series 17 quotes.
Well, no, it was to be honest, I went on the Taskmaster official channel and looked up some of what they classed as their iconic clips and stuff like that, and I was going, oh, what quotes have they... Granted that it could have been my mistake, going with the iconic clips because it's like more memorable, but I thought at least with Dara's I could have tricked you, but then I forgot that Dara is one of the funniest people on the show, so I should have really gone... If I wanted to properly trick you, I should have gone with the season with Johnny Vegas on it, because that's like the most forgotten season in my opinion.
Yeah, I actually remember that more in Series 11, to be honest. But
Mike Wozniak.
But it's Mike Wozniak. Like, choose the most... I don't know who the most forgettable one is in that season, but no offense, it's probably Charlotte Ritchie.
It's the person who won, wasn't it?
Sarah Kendall. I like Sarah Kendall. Sarah Kendall. Like,
because like I remember... I mean, Lee Mack and Mike Wozniak were the two.
Yeah, and Jamali Maddox was the other one.
Yeah, I mean, it got me this sound clip.
You've got no chutzpah.
You've got no chutzpah.
Undermine the vote, just like... They named the episode that, didn't they?
Yeah. It was so tempting to go with the name. Like, my brother even suggested it to me. He was like, why don't you just pick the names of the episodes? Because they literally take quotes that are said during the episode.
Oh, dear.
And it would have been quite... Yeah. It would have been... Basically, it would have been the lazy route for me, because I would also have to fucking find this out.
I'm not an expert with the Taskmaster titles, but it probably would have made it easier for me to remember, like, to do this.
Yeah, I mean, like, this was all for a good bit of fun. Like, it was more of a competition, because originally we weren't sure if you were going to be here, and then when you said you were more available, I was like, alright, bosh, I'll do a Taskmaster one, because it was either that Deadpool Wolverine, or you said Ninjago Cobra Kai, and it was like, I'm gonna pick Taskmaster for you because then that's more fun for me because we've been talking about it so much. But it was the Doctor Who one. I was like, I'm sorry, I was more interested in seeing.
I really want to do this again though.
I'll do this 100%
Taskmaster
again. Whether on the pod, like, stay tuned. A future episode may return these segments. Who knows? But also, if I ever have different people on, I'm gonna try do a similar quizzing thing.
Like ask more people in the class.
Yeah.
They'll probably say yes, right?
Yeah. Or like when we get to year 2, I'm gonna get some first years and do same icebreaker things and go, hey, don't say where you're from, but where are you from? Because I don't want to say where I'm from. I don't want to dox myself. But anyway, because we're spending a lot of time, I thought we'd finish with basically, I was trying to look for stupid news stories, and this caught my eye. Literally, the title of the news story is, I found a chip so huge McCain intervened, you won't believe what they gave me. So it turns out a woman who discovered a huge chip in a packet of McCain oven chips has been hilariously rewarded by the frozen giant. She took to TikTok to share her story, being invited to company headquarters in Scarborough at North Yorkshire. How a massive chip led to me visiting McCain HQ, she penned in a caption. So they it's not as interesting as it sounds, but imagine that. You're just literally going home, you're cooking your dinner. You get your packet of McCain chips, obviously, unless you're in student halls, then you've got not enough room in the freezer because you've got one shelf. You put them in the dish, and you're like, hang on a minute. This chip isn't. It just when I saw it, it reminds me. Have you ever heard of the Heinz Big Bean?
Maybe. Familiar, vaguely familiar.
Like I might in editing put a picture on it for any of the people who are watching this, but there's I don't know if it's a joke or not, but it's basically, imagine Heinz baked beans, but it's one big bean.
Just one giant bean in a can.
Yeah. I'll get sorry.
Yeah, that's an interesting.
Slide to see.
So, to spin off whilst I'm looking for the big bean, which is so fun to say, if you had to find a larger version of a product so you get shipped to the headquarters of it, obviously it's going to be primarily food based because that's what it was, McCain's oven chip. So you get to go to basically free pass to any headquarters. Where are you going?
Can I find, like, I don't know, an oversized Dalek in a merch box and have a tour around Bad Wolf Studios?
I mean, that's harder to just accidentally unless it's like one of those, it's like a packet.
I know what you mean.
Like Lego did the minifigure things.
You know what my current food obsession is? It's those goo puddings you get in the glass dishes. They do salted caramel and honeycomb ones.
Yeah,
they are so nice. If I could get a year's supply of them from their headquarters, that would be pretty neat.
What, they accidentally put more?
They accidentally put an extra bit of honeycomb in.
It's like, oh.
Yes, they are so nice.
What about you, Matt? If you had to find a faulty product item that sent you to the headquarters,
mini X, because those are only available at certain times in the
class.
Yeah.
I think for me, I'm not too sure. It would probably. I don't know, because I shop at Lidl because I'm in halls, so it's just cheap and round the corner.
Yep.
So it would probably an instant noodle one maybe, because imagine just getting a fucking massive supply of instant because you can add, it doesn't even have to be just the basic flavor. You can if you add chili flakes and garlic granules, you can add little extra flavor to it, or soy sauce, sesame, or you can be, basically we'd be us university students, we make cheap ramen fancy. Put out a quote, send it to every food.
Cheap ramen but fancy.
Oh, fight Gordon Ramsay in a ramen, but I won't. No,
the original anti-chef.
The original, no, yeah, I am the original anti-chef because I'm anti-Gordon Ramsay. I can cook and I shouldn't be able to. No, that's a lie. I've only ever been a pot wash in a kitchen, but I found the Heinz Big Bean. I will put it on camera now for anyone looking, but.
That is a giant bean.
That does not look like
it. I don't know. I think it is fake, but it just, imagine that you just you got a regular tin of baked beans, but it's just one big bean.
Just one bean.
Just imagine someone manufacturing that.
Heinz, you know what you need to do.
Spaghetti hoops or beans?
Beans. I don't like spaghetti.
I used to
I
love
haven't tried.
spaghetti.
I haven't
Like,
tried either of them. I gotta be honest.
God, mate, cheese on beans on Marmite on
Yes.
toast, class.
Marmite.
Right.
Never tried
So,
Marmite either.
A lot of people can be very hit or miss with Marmite. It's a very love it or you hate it thing. I remember seeing it on a shirt when I was at a concert. They were selling Billy Joel shirts, I think it was, and it said Billy Joel on a Marmite jar. You either love him or you hate him. Obviously, going similar thing with Marmite. But fun fact: if you add Marmite to pasta sauce, it acts as an intensifier, so you don't actually taste. If you put a little bit of Marmite in, you don't actually taste the Marmite, but it enhances the flavour of the rest of the dish.
Okay.
It's like putting mustard in mac and cheese. Not a lot, just a little bit. It enhances the flavour of the cheese. Something my mum taught me, and in fact, when I was younger, it used to be the game guess the secret ingredient of the dish. With some of them, and spaghetti bolognese, it took us a good granted this started when I was 5, so bear with me for not having the most refined palate on the planet. But I just remember being sat back at home and my mum would cook spaghetti bolognese and I'd go, what is the secret ingredient? I must find out.
I need to give that a go. That sounds quite.
No,
Quite.
my flatmate looks at me like I'm mad. Like
Just a dollop of Marmite, a dollop of mustard.
I don't actually have any Marmite at the moment because I haven't actually been making tomato sauce that much. So
Remember in Taskmaster when they had to make Marmite?
I actually watched that episode just recently. And someone just literally puts, what was it, like 85 proof alcohol in a jar?
Yeah, and called it Marmite.
I called it Marmite.
Yeah.
So then
It's the best Marmite because it's not Marmite. That's what she said.
yeah, but like, yeah, I mean,
And it
you
caused
can
them to both go insane or something.
No, they both just go off the rails.
Yeah.
But no, you can add there's some dishes you can just add small stuff to it, and it genuinely enhances. Like I said, my flatmate hates mustard. I don't like mustard either.
I haven't
but
tried it.
You haven't tried anything I'm describing.
Yeah.
What the hell? Try them often though. It's fine. But he saw me putting mustard. He's like, "What are you doing?" It's like accident. Me and my flat. Well, I share a kitchen with 4 other people. But I run into one of them more. He even starred in the pool video. Marco's absolute legend. But I constantly we talk cooking a lot to each other. So when he saw me putting mustard in my mac and cheese, he was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Bear with me." And he's like, "Yeah, but mustard's disgusting." I'm like, "I agree. I don't like mustard, but hear me out." It's like hear me out mac and cheese instead of hear me out. Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, does anyone have any more questions before we sign off?
No.
Because we have.
Mom, good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like being put on the spot.
No, it's
You're not
fine.
put on
I
the
mean,
spot,
I mean, I had prepared pretty much all of this
Yeah.
beforehand, so
This
I'm
was
putting
good
you on the spot.
fun. This was a
So,
good.
Yes.
Thank you very much for taking time out of your free day to come and help me
Thank you for
record
having
this.
Yeah, that was
I
awesome.
hope you enjoyed the competition we had.
Yes.
And if anybody who finds this listening, leave a follow if you want to hear more. Going to do the cringy YouTube thing, like, subscribe, do all of that. But also just leave a comment, say your general opinions. If you didn't like it, share that too. I'll like it. I don't care. I want to know people's opinions. If you find me annoying, great, let me know. But hope everyone enjoyed and have a great rest of your day. Peace.